Okay, so whether you've built your van or you're building your van, but you want a little less light in your van, this LED light hack may help you see the light. Okay, so regular subscribers to this channel will know ordinarily I'm doing the hack inside the van, showing it off inside the van, but it's cold out there. I've done a bit of pre-filming, but I come in here to do the narrative. I've run out of carrier for my diesel heater. How silly is that? And it's December and it's chilly and it's in the UK. We've got quite a few subscribers from the other side of the pond now. Don't know what the weather's like for you guys, but welcome to our American friends. Okay, so this hack is all about LED lighting. If I'm absolutely honest, it was to put right, so I didn't get quite sorted when I'd done the design of the van, but I bet I'm not the only person who's done this. Also, I do drop these links on a few Facebook van conversion sites and Instagram sites. And I know from the feedback that some people are adopting these hacks in part of their primary build. So for them, it's not a hack, but who cares about the language? So if you're thinking about LED lighting at the moment with respect to a build you're about to do, again, this may or may not be of use. So LED is great because it's cheap, it draws very little juice in the battery, and you can get them in all shapes and sizes. You can get sort of the round circular ones, and I've got those in the ceiling of my van. You touch them, they go on and off. Don't use those a lot, but my predominant use is the strip lighting I have, which I stuck underneath on the bottom of the overhead lockers, so it produces a downlight. It's downlight, and I've got those in my little galley for the kitchen, putting light onto the work surface. Got them over my sofa, so when we're in the habitation area with friends, we've got light. And also got them all the way around in my ensuite, petite ensuite, loo shower and the mirror. So there's loads of light in there to help me when I'm shaving. Maybe doing my lippy. So all good stuff. And if you go onto eBay, you can find loads of different sort of offerings of these things. They're cut to length with a controller on the end, which gives you the light volume up and down, brightness. You can even have ones that change color and flash and all sorts of whizzy stuff. Not that I wanted that, but you can get it. The problem I had was if I bought any of these off the shelf bits of kit, it really would be like tail wagging the dog, because I needed a specific length, and these off the shelf ones didn't necessarily come that length. But also I didn't want a controller on the end. I wanted my controller, my on-off switch over there. So what I did, and loads of people would have done this who have built their vans, is I bought a reel of LED. You can buy these reels, so it's like movie reels, and you just simply cut the strip to the length you want and stick them on. They've got peel off backing and they're self-adhesive. That adhesive tends to go after a while, and you end up putting contact adhesive on to put it back up. But they're great because you can get exactly the length you want. However, whilst it worked fine in my galley, my kitchen, and my bathroom ensuite loo shower, for my sofa, it was fine when, say, I got friends in the van, run drinks, and we want to see each other, even though I look better in the dark, we want a bit of light there. But when I'm listening to music on my own, I want to chill, I like to bring the lighting right way down. But of course, I haven't bought one of these bits of kit that's got the controller on the end. If you're in that situation, or you feel that these off-the-shelf bits of kit may not suit your build you're about to do, there's a very easy solution. And what you do is you put in circuit a PWM controller. This is the hack I've done. I put in circuit a PWM controller. Now, if you're not electronics buff, do not get fazed by that. It's really easy. If you wired the van up yourself, you'll eat this. It's a Lego, almost a plug and play thing. And what these things are ways of controlling DC circuits. Because what you cannot do is just put in circuit one of these standard house volume dimmer things that you put in your house for your lights. It's a different sort of electrical wizardry. We won't go into that. You cannot use it. So you can get these off eBay. They're cheap as chips, and there's really two sorts. There's ones where you sort of mount in a control panel, and the other ones where they're surface mounted. You just stick them onto something, which is what I had to do on my deployment, because I couldn't do any sort of control panel sort of mounted for my deployment. And they're great because you can just use it as like a volume on the light, bring it up, bring it down as you want. So what I would say is I'm going to put up a schematic on how this works. It's quite simply goes in circuit between your on-off switch and your LEDs, and that will then give you that control over your lighting. Just as an aside, those of you who saw the hack I did where I mounted a car radiator fan into a cheap skylight roof vent to give a quasi max air type thing. Nowhere near as good as Max Air, but actually not nearly as good as Max Air in some respects, and damn sight cheaper. I'll put a link on the end just in case you haven't seen it. In that one, again, I use one of these PWM controllers. So they're great for when you want to change the intensity of a, for want of a better word, of a DC circuit. So in that case, it was the speed of the fan, and in this case, it's the brightness of the light. So there we go. I'll put a schematic up. Hope it's of use. PWM controller, LED light hack.